So, okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So, bro, before I recorded the whole thing, and it's gonna sit here and tell me, well, maybe if I just bring down the microphone, like, loudness, it won't, like, pierce your ears, bro. But, bro, I recorded the whole thing, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I recorded it on the wrong microphone. I ended up recording it on like on the microphone on my laptop, and like, let's just say that like it's like the same as like putting an Android inside of like a water barrel and shaking it around a little bit. That's exactly what it sounds like. But I mean, I guess it's for the better, because like my last one was just like completely terrible. I don't even remember what I was rambling about. Like for like a good like half hour, I was just talking about like my underwear and like how like I'm not gonna lie, I'm still gonna promote it. Marshall's best socks I've ever bought. These are pretty good. They're pretty comfortable, pretty soft. But you know, it's not. I don't want to. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel like doing like the whole like 15-minute thing. It's just better to just have it be like maybe like 5, 6, 7. But bro, for the longest, well, more recently and more today, so bro, I've been kind of like anxious, bro. My second job, I'm not gonna lie, it takes some skill, and I'm not the most skillful individual, and it's probably not the best thing to say that, but yeah. Like my second job is like a photography job, and it also is a sales job, so it's essentially balancing both things. And I got the photography thing down. I'm not like I'm pretty good, but I know I could definitely be better. And I don't know, dude, the sales part is like making me nervous, and also like clocking in and clocking out. I'm gonna be honest, the training, even though, bro, my trainer, shout out to him, bro, he was a goat, but like, bro, he did like a terrible job. I mean, like, I trained for a total of like 1 day. Like, I literally trained 1 day. The everything else I got down, the whole like pitch, the whole sales thing, the whole like, purchasing and like the payment stuff, I got it all down. But the thing that I didn't get down was like the clocking in part, which is like the supposedly be the easiest part. But the thing that's kind of stressful is the fact that I have to take note of inventory and stuff and make sure that like I have this and this and that. But it's a commission job, so depending on how many sales I get is how much I get paid. And sales apparently are like somewhat easy to some people and somewhat terrible for most people. But I mean, hopefully I'll do good. Probably not the best attitude. I mean, I'm just being like completely real. I'm not even gonna like boast and be like, oh dude, this is it. But it's something that I am nervous about. But it's really up to me whether I decide I go into work or not. It's not like my job at Five Guys, right, where my manager like, he puts me on the schedule, and if I don't go, like, I get fired. Like, I could go like whenever I feel like it. I just have to ask. I'll be like, oh yeah, can I come in this week? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, let's put you in. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, I told them that I wasn't gonna come in last week, and I haven't even had my first shift by myself. It was just like I just been training, and like, bro, I've been so nervous to come in and ask, bro, and like, bro, I've been drinking a bunch of energy drinks now, so it's not really helping. Like, yeah, sure, the energy helps me like be more productive, especially like around the house. Like, bro, as soon as I'm done here, I'm probably gonna like throw some clips over this, and, do my whole Shazam, and I'm gonna go downstairs and sweep. And I don't know about mopping, probably mop. If not, I don't know. I mean, I haven't mopped in a while, I'm not gonna lie. But the energy drinks, I'm not gonna lie, I'm planning on replacing them with coffee. But yeah, moral of the story, I was just like anxious and stuff. And I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to do it. But I'm not going to lie, I just did it anyways. Like, I texted in the work group chat, and I asked, like, my manager if I could come in. Even though, like, bro, I feel like I'm, like, ridiculously underprepared. And the training, even though I got most of it, I didn't understand, like, half of it. So, I mean, I was just kind of worried about that. But I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'm going to do it anyways. I made my first, like, couple of sales when I was over there. So, I mean, I have some experience. I have photography experience. I just need to, like, combine those and have a good attitude, and I'll be good. I'm just super nervous, and a part of what made me not just be like, cause bro, had this been like me, like I would say like a year ago, maybe actually no, a year ago that was my prime, bro. But had this been like me like 2 years ago, bro, I would have just not even did it. I'm not gonna lie, I would have probably like saw the opportunity, even though it's like possible to get some big money from it. Like, bro, I was just like a super anxious, scared kid, bro. And I feel like that's the word I'll use for it, cause I mean, even though sometimes I have like the arrogance to be like, oh yeah, dude, I'm pretty mature, but like, back then I was really just like a kid, bro, cause a lot of the things that I thought of was different compared to what I think of now. And probably me 5 years, 6 years down the line, it'll be the same thing. Like, it'll be like, oh yeah, a lot of the things that I thought of back then was like, yeah, it's just childish stuff. But I mean, I'm just a childish person, I'm not gonna lie, and that's not really gonna change. But what does change over time for me is my motives, and I guess my mentality is such a cringe word to use, but I mean, I'm just gonna say it for the sake of like not knowing words at the moment. And that's really based from like a conversation that I had with like my mom, and it just made me like appreciate, like, I would say, I want to say not just her, but like everyone, like my older brother, my dad, my family, and everybody else. And I would guess say just appreciate like where I am, because bro, I mean, like, if it wasn't for my mom, I would have probably never left like like the third world country that I was. And like, yeah, like a lot of people say that, and they're like, oh yeah, but like, what's to really be grateful for, because in all actuality, I mean, I wasn't asked if I wanted to be like, brought to the world. It was just something that was chosen for me. And, it's just it was just a better decision than to just like have me stuck there. And the things that had to be done, the damage that still hasn't been fixed, and so on and so forth. And honestly, bro, for the past like 20 years, I haven't really, I mean, yeah, I'm there, I talk to people, I just not really like, I haven't really done anything to show like I'm grateful. And sure, that doesn't mean like giving someone like a Lamborghini or something, but just to offer like stability and help and just someone to talk to. And I think that's what I want to do with the second job. Like, yeah, it's kind of scary, but with more money means more time that I'm gonna be able to give back to myself, because I don't have to, bro. No, the other job is just so like you have to go, or else like you can't make enough money for the rest of the month. And the thing is, no matter how hard I work, like, it doesn't go anywhere. Like, I could be like the hardest worker at that place, and it's like wasted effort, just energy down the drain for no reason. And it's not the same for everything. Like, you don't want to break your back for like McDonald's. I'm not gonna lie, cringe. And like, there's better things. Minimum wage is like it's a bad way to go. And I feel like it's a good experience though. It's a good experience to know like where you don't want to spend your life. Because I mean, had I not worked there for like a year, I wouldn't know that like there's like other things worth like doing. Because bro, before, when I was younger, like I had nothing to really look forward to. Like everything, I don't know, I was just a kid that just didn't enjoy much. Like the only thing that I could say that I enjoyed was like playing video games. But then as I got older, like bro, that became dull. Like I stopped liking games probably like when I was like 18, like 17. So like there wasn't really much to enjoy. And I feel like work really brought the things that were already terrible to like even lower. And that just like gave me opportunity to see the things that I actually liked and I actually wanted to pursue. So I would say that it's not like a bad idea to work like a 9 to 5, but only with the right intention. Obviously don't go there, you have to make money anyway, so you probably have to get like a minimum wage or like 3 minimum wage jobs, bro, just to make ends meet. But it's really a learning experience, and a lot of things that I want to do are for the sake of learning experiences. And I feel like the more you're willing to learn is like the more you're willing to improve your and be successful. Because I mean, at this job, like sales is like, it's not just like a niche thing. It's a lot of things. It's like psychology, knowing how people think and how people act. And this isn't just something that'll just stick to this job. It's something that'll probably follow me for the rest of my life. And being at a job that, quite frankly, and no offense, but a job that anybody can do, you're replaceable. I'm not gonna lie, you're replaceable at Five Guys, you're replaceable at McDonald's, you're replaceable at Windsor, you're replaceable at every single job that is just mundane and anybody can do it. Why do you think like 16-year-olds do it? Because I mean, even though it's kind of offensive to like the employee of the month that gets it every month for 10 months straight, but I mean, like, you're replaceable, bro. It's probably like some kid in like Mexico that does the same job as you, getting pennies less, and he probably does even more work than you, and it's probably better than you. But at the same time, like, is that really something to be proud of? I'm not gonna lie. I don't really think so. Like, there was this guy at my job that, like, he gets glazed even to this day about being, like, the best potato cutter. And now he's, like, a district manager for Five Guys or something. And I'm like, bro, that's kind of, like, I don't know if that's something I really want to be, like, known for. Because, I mean, I'm kind of at the stage now where, like, you know, before I thought it was kind of cool to say that I was working at Five Guys for a year, but now that I know, like, that I've known from the job, I just find it embarrassing, you know, to say that I've been stuck here for a year. But it's really been a learning experience. It's really been like a journey, and at some point I'm planning on leaving it behind. I'm not gonna lie, the only reason I haven't is because my second job is like, it's bi-weekly pay, so you know, it's nice to cash in on that like Five Guys craze paycheck on the every week and not the second week. And also, since it's commission, it's really up to me, and I know right now I'm probably not going to be doing the best, but I could possibly do best, like good. Like, bro, there's people at my job. Like, we have a work group chat, right? And, you know, it shows what other people do. I think that's my girlfriend. But, yeah, I don't even know where my phone is, so you're going to probably have to hear it. But, like, bro, it shows how much other people make. And, bro, I was looking at it, and I was like, yo, it's kind of crazy. Like, we do 5-hour shifts, right? We work only 5 hours. And, you know, the average you should sell is, like, 4 pictures per hour, right? And, dude, on I think New Year's Eve, like, dude, some of the people that are at my job, they sold like $130. I mean, 130 things. Hey, Dad. How was Albany? It was good. Nice. But like, bro, like the people at my job, like, they sold like 130 frames, right? And you know, I think every frame is like $5 in your pocket. So you do the math, but I think it was like 600. I mean, I could do it, but I mean, you could probably do it. Yeah, it was like 600 or something, or I could totally be BSing. I think it was 600. Like, in a span of like 5 hours, one of my coworkers made like $600. And I'm not gonna lie, low key, you can't really make that money like too many places, you know. And I'm not saying that was like his whole paycheck, bro. Like, we work, like, some people do it like full time. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not one of them. I think I'm only gonna get like 3 days, hopefully on the weekend. But, you know, imagine making $600 one day, and then the next day you make 200, and then the next day you make 200, right? In 5 hours, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. You know, some people probably make that in less. You know, it's probably like the fucking dude. I gotta remember. I'm not trying to curse. I'm not gonna lie. There's probably like the average dude, you know, that has a blue collar job at construction, picking up cinder blocks with his bare hands, you know, and can like crush them with like his headbutts and stuff. That's probably making like double that. But, you know, for me, that's been struggling for the longest, and low-key wants to, you know, be able to pay for like my own things comfortably, and also help out. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be like the selfish dude that just holds in all the time. I do want to like help out, especially like my mom and stuff, because, you know, I don't know, I haven't really like reached out too much. And also, I know you remember before I used to take like a bunch of trips to Albany, but like, bro, I mean, I haven't really done that in like forever, dude. Like, the last time that I took a trip was like I think like a couple of days ago. But like, bro, before that, it was like a couple of months ago, bro. And like, you know, my car, I gotta pay off my car and insurance and stuff. And, you know, $300 paychecks from, like, you know, Five Guys after working, like, you know, my manager, you know, he keeps, like, you know, messing me up. I don't know why. He just likes doing it. He's a freaky dude. I'm not gonna lie. You know, if you're watching this, like, you know, I don't know what's wrong with you, like, low-key. And I know it's kind of weird, you know, not hearing me curse as much, bro. I'm starting to turn a new leaf, you know. I'm starting to become a guy that just doesn't curse as often. I'm fucking lying. But, like, I mean, it just depends, because, like, bro, I know, like, before, like, my niece, is that what you call it? But my niece was, like, watching, like, some of these, so I don't want to be, like, constantly cursing, so, like, because I'm not a fan of cursing in front of kids. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like when people do that, and I'm not the kind of person to do that. And when my friends around me do that, I always, like, smack them on the back of the neck and, like, you know, yoke them up, and, like, you know, sometimes I have to crunch them, you know. It's just something that's like in my nature. I'm like Spider-Man, you know. Some people call me Batman or J Boogie, you know. But yeah, it's just my yap of. Yeah, John. You have a distinctive knock.
So do you.
Yeah, I know.